Hey, what's up? Welcome to UTV. Thanks for being here with us. Today we're talking about fears.
Yep.
Nate, we're going to talk about some of our fears, but
Yep.
Hannah is actually going to conquer a fear that she has.
Yep.
And it's going to be incredible. We're going to be talking about phobias and all kinds of weird stuff. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. But before we start talking about all of our fears, we want to hear about some of your fears. Check out some of these fears that some of our students have.
I'm afraid of bugs, spiders, birds, and all flying things, basically.
I'm scared of the future.
I am afraid of heights.
I'm afraid of stalkers, like somebody stalking me.
I'm afraid of doctors and needles.
I'm afraid of drowning in the ocean.
I'm afraid of spiders.
I'm afraid of not living up to my parents' expectations.
I'm afraid of losing people I love.
I'm scared of rejection.
I'm afraid of clusters of small things like a cluster of ants.
I'm afraid of getting another concussion.
My biggest fear is being embarrassed.
Wow, those were some legitimate fears that our students are experiencing.
No kidding.
I mean, as I think about some of the things that they're going through, I can say that I've honestly experienced some of those same things. When I think of fear, I mean, what better way to define it than just going to Webster's, right? Fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that something or someone is dangerous, likely to cause pain, or a threat. That sounds like fear to me.
That's why I fear you.
Thank you.
Oh.
I'm
You can
I'm
cause
threatening.
serious
I
pain.
can cause some serious
Yeah.
pain.
Belief that
I
causes
can-
an emotion. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have any fears of your own?
So-
What are you guys afraid of?
Oh gosh. So I actually don't like heights. So like if I'm up on a ladder, I actually don't like
not good.
ladders.
You don't like ladders.
Do you get like shaky?
Can we get a
Yeah,
ladder in
it's
here,
a little,
please?
I don't like it.
I don't like reptiles, amphibians,
Oh.
anything slimy
What?
or like gross that can move in your hands.
Yeah.
Like I don't like touching frogs.
Frogs?
Frogs,
They're
no.
kind of cute.
They're not
though.
cute.
No.
Frogs aren't
Okay,
cute,
whatever.
people. They're not.
They're not. They're
Oh,
not. Legitimately, I am like all around what you just said. Reptiles, no. Frogs, no. Like slimy things, no. But
Okay.
literally, ultimately,
What is it?
the worst, most horrendous fear that I have is snakes. They creep me out. I just,
Like you wouldn't go near one?
heck no. There's not a
No.
chance I would ever go near a snake.
Really?
Like if
No.
someone had a snake, like a pet
Oh,
in
I
their
would lose
house.
my, no, never.
What?
My
Is there-
kids will never get a snake as a pet, ever.
They're like.
It will be
they're
a
like,
hard no,
Daddy,
hard pass. Nope.
It's Christmas.
Nope.
No snakes.
How about a dog?
So I really don't like things jumping out at me.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Haunted houses trip me out.
Okay.
Like
Interesting.
the dark, I don't know what's coming. So guys, here's the deal. I went through a haunted house for this episode for you. Most scary thing of my entire life, and I faced my fear. So, hey,
Way to go.
Craig,
Yes.
I think in the spirit of things being fair, I think you should try and face one of your fears today. What do you think?
No, I don't think so.
You know what?
I
If
think
it's
you
if
should.
it's a
Nate,
snake, no. If
don't
it's a
you
snake,
think-
absolutely not.
I think you absolutely should.
No.
I actually, Craig, we have a snake on set.
No way. I don't believe it.
And I think we should bring this out.
Can we get the snake up here?
Can we get the snake? Will you run away?
Oh, it's been. Oh! Heck no!
Craig,
That's not real.
where'd you go?
That is not.
This-
That's not real.
Look at his
It's for sure
tongue.
real.
That's,
Yeah.
that's not even a secured lid.
No.
It's fine.
No, it's not secure at all.
No, it's
Craig,
not fun.
All right.
you're gonna be fine. Here,
Stand
come
back,
on.
kind
Dude,
of.
don't they smell fear? They're smelling. He's
I don't
smelling.
know.
We looked up some ridiculous phobias, and we're gonna have a little quiz to see who can get closest to what the actual phobia is. Because chances of you
Oh.
guessing this right,
'Kay.
slim to none.
What happens if we lose?
You gotta touch a snake.
No!
You gotta,
No!
you gotta. All right.
Okay,
here we go.
okay,
Here we
here
go.
we go.
This one's
I'm not losing.
turophobia.
That's the fear of snakes. It's the fear of snakes.
What do you think?
That's my guess.
The fear of dirt.
It's the fear of cheese. It's the
Oh.
fear of cheese. Turophobia. Snakes.
Every time he's gonna say snakes.
That's fair. Nomophobia.
The fear of not having any fears. That's my guess.
I feel like it's the fear of cell phones.
What is it?
Bingo!
Is it?
Yes! It's
I don't know how I know that.
It's the fear of being without mobile phone coverage.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Because, you know, you got no mo
Legitimately,
service.
Okay.
all right.
I got
Wow,
no mo
okay.
data.
I told you I cannot lose this game.
Ombrophobia.
The fear of boys.
Fear of
Go fast.
tight spaces.
It's actually the fear of rain. Fear of
Oh.
rain. Papaphobia.
Fear of dads.
Fear of loud noises.
The fear of the Pope, which I...
That actually was like
Papa. Paganophobia.
paganophobia. The fear of
Pogs.
paper money.
Definitely Pogs.
Paper money.
What are Pogs?
It's a toy.
If you know what
It's a
pogs
toy.
are, comment in the put in the comments below.
And what'd you say?
The fear of paper
What's
money.
the answer?
It's the fear of beards. Hylophobia.
The fear of extroverted people.
I'm going to say the fear of pens.
It's the fear of trees,
Oh.
which I guess you write with paper, which is made out of trees.
Oh,
which would make
no!
Hannah! I think Hannah won.
No!
I think ophidiophobia.
Fido?
The fear of feet.
Fido?
The fear of feet.
Ophidiophobia.
Fearing feet.
Fido.
3.
Fear
Oh, it's going up
of
the thing.
pasta.
It is the fear of snakes.
Oh, what is it doing?
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
know, but Craig, you lost.
No!
So Craig,
No! I know, I can't do this.
you can.
No!
He's gonna come out.
Oh,
He's coming out!
I don't like that. I don't like that either. I don't like that either.
Just a minute. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ah! Why is he coming
Oh,
out?
no, his
Why is
his
he?
tongue
I don't
is
know
out.
what to
No,
do.
no.
I'm gonna pinch his face.
Oh, I can't do it.
What do I do?
Touch the
Get
body.
it.
Touch the body. Touch the body. Touch the
I
body.
literally
Just
cannot.
sneak around.
I literally can. He's gonna turn around and bite me.
Here we go.
Touch it. 3, 2.
Just the inside,
1.
not just.
Oh!
Just creep in there, real nice and slow.
Do it.
Don't.
Ah!
Did you do it? Oh my gosh. Okay. We're
Yep,
getting him
I
out of
got
here.
We get him out.
Slinky.
Okay. Well. Okay.
Oh, not good.
Wow. Okay. You just faced your fear.
I touched a snake.
That is a big deal.
I need
Great job, dude.
Dude, I feel like I need
Good job.
water.
Holy cow. There's gotta be a backstory.
So I was 10 years old, and my grandparents moved to Oregon. And they moved to Oregon, and then that summer we went up to go visit them. And my great uncle, who's this big prankster, he says, we have this potato tree growing at the bottom of our property.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm 10 years old. I'm like, okay, potato tree. And he goes, and I just wanted to help. I wanted to do whatever I could.
Yeah.
And he says, but in summer, there's potato snakes in the tree, and they want to eat the potatoes. So we have to try and like fend the snakes away from the potatoes that are growing on this tree. Inside, I'm dying, but on the outside, I want to be tough, right? I don't want this fear to
Yeah,
like
you gotta manage it.
manifest.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't. I gotta hide behind something. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I got this. Like I can do this, and I'm just
Yeah.
and
I see 10-year-old Craig. Right now.
yes. And so we show up to the house, and he literally grabs a stick, and we walk down to the bottom of the property, and he points at a tree, and he goes, "You see that tree over there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "That is a pine tree. There's no such thing as a potato tree." Thank you.
Yeah.
Because
I thought
potatoes,
that was
Potatoes
weird.
grow in the
in
ground.
the ground. And I literally was like so. I felt
There was no tree.
there's potatoes.
He made it all up?
He made it all up. And since then, I have had this irrational fear of snakes. So bad that I literally check my bed every night because I think there's a
That
coiled
was
up
it?
snake. That's it. Like I had conjured up so many fears driving around while he's telling me what I have to do, and I built this thing up so badly.
Yeah.
But
So
what
you
I
just
just
touched
did,
a
I've never touched a snake in my entire life.
Well, you did it.
If you know me, you know that I like legitimately am so terrified, legitimately
you
terrified.
ran.
I ran. That
You've
was-
been shaking this the
you know,
whole time.
we've been talking so much about fear, and these are legitimate, right?
Yeah.
They're things that we experience, but
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
when we think about the fears that we face on a day-to-day basis, like I have an irrational fear of snakes, but in hearing a lot of those student stories about the things that they're afraid of,
Yeah.
they're fun, but I think underneath the mask of those sometimes is this fear of being accepted or fear of
Yeah.
failing.
Yeah.
And,
Scripture.
there's a verse in 1 John chapter 4 that says that perfect love casts out fear. But when you think about what the opposite of fear is, you would think, oh, it's bravery or oh, it's courage. But when you take a look at that verse, the opposite of fear is actually Jesus himself,
Yeah.
which is really weird to kind of think about. But perfect love is Jesus himself. And so when we're walking through some of these fearful things in our life that we just don't know how things are going to turn out, things are tough at home, or you're having a tough relationship with a friend or whatever it might be, there is legitimately this fear that we just don't know what will come of it. You know?
That's true.
And if we can truly, and that's the hardest thing, is truly trusting that Jesus, that he's got you. Yeah. And it's ridiculous to think about a snake. Thankfully, he's still over there. But when you think about like things like that, like you could probably conquer those things, but some of the legitimate fears that we face, we just don't know if they're ever going to be conquered. But perfect love will always cast out the fear in our lives. So, whatever you might be going through, and he can give you that courage, because when perfect love exists, no fear can exist with it.
So good. That's so good.
Yeah.
I have to see some of this footage of Hannah in the haunted house.
Yes.
So before we go to there, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and post your fear in the comments.
Good.
We want to hear what you're afraid of, what fears you're going through, what are you afraid of? Post it in the comments. But check out this video of Hannah and some of our friends going through a haunted house.
What's up, Hannah here. I'm with Andrew and Tyler. We're at the Scandia Funhouse. We're about to do this haunted house. We're freaked out, terrified right now. Tyler?
The worst night of my life!
We're gonna die!
Awful!
We're gonna die!
I hate this so much!
We're about to go in right now.
No, I walked through the bathroom. Shut up there.
Tyler's quoting scripture.
We're entering hell itself. This is...
We're going in.
This is... I just need to know you guys are with me. I'm expecting my ankles to be grabbed. Oh my gosh. Oh, fudge. Someone's there. Someone's there. I'm trying. Oh, good. I can't. Fudge. Oh, gosh. Oh my gosh. You're a beautiful child of the living God. Let's go. Oh, jeez. Why are they all screaming? Please walk. Please walk.
Sound Why? No! Damn it! Why? Damn it, Andrea, don't
Oh my gosh! Where did she come from? Why? Oh Jesus! Someone's sitting there. Someone's sitting there. What is that? We did it! We did it! How was that? Terrible.
This was the worst thing of my whole life. Yeah. We just made it out. Tyler, are you...
Guys, I can barely breathe.
Yeah.
That was my nightmare.
I have a tension headache from like not breathing this whole time. Yeah. I was holding on to Andrea. Like, this was absolutely terrifying. I just avoided eye contact. Like, I stuck to the walls.
So real.
And then there were really people at the walls.
Well, and then there were strobe lights and darkness and students. We just want you to know we did this entirely for you
guys.
This is for you.
So
You're welcome.
You know how much we love you.
Click subscribe. Yeah, I can hardly speak,
Please.
but subscribe, follow us.
That's it.
Bye.
That's
See you
all.
later.
Bye.